Welcome to Softech Coding. This is the 25th episode of our Coding with Scratch series. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. I am continuously going to make videos. If you could please also share this video with your friends and family, that would be great. Welcome back to those who have already watched past episodes, but if you're just beginning to code or you don't have that background knowledge, I would highly recommend starting from episode 1 or at least taking a look at the previous episodes so you have that knowledge so that you can be at this level. And now that we've got that over with, let's get started. So today we're going to be looking at a cool extension called Music, and we're going to be making a piano themed project. So the first thing you're going to do is go on Add Extension here. You're going to click on it, and you're going to click on the Music extension. It's the first one here. So here in our Music extension we have different instruments, notes, and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you some different things that you can do. So, let's see what happens. So this is one of the most important blocks here. So this here, if you click on the note, you can choose notes. And you can choose the different notes based on the scale, how high they are on the piano, and you can use these arrow keys to go back and forth, and it also gives you a visual. And this is just how long you want it to play for. So let's say you want it to play for 3 seconds, 3 beats. It'll hold the note for 3 beats, and that's really cool. You can also set the instrument to a different instrument. So like there's an electric piano, an organ, loads of different instruments you can experiment with, like a choir. There's even a choir, and they sing. And once you have it, you can you can experiment with these different ones, and you can sing higher or lower. You can experiment with all of that yourselves. And there's also a variable called tempo, which is how fast the song is, which you can increase and decrease. But we aren't going to be making a song today. I'm going to put this back on piano. We're actually going to be making a piano playing project. So we're going to be doing this by actually creating the keys, and by, if you're clicking them, you actually play the notes. And we can also create keyboard letters that if you click them in order, then you play them, you play the music. Now we're only going to have like this amount of notes, not that many, so we're going to make it pretty small. So what I want you to do is actually go into Choose a Sprite and Paint a Sprite. And I want you to click on the rectangular one and create one key. Now, we're just going to reduce the thickness of the border maybe to 1 and make it white. Alright? So then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure the top isn't visible and the bottom is just visible just a little bit. And I'm going to put this at 0, 0. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this a little bit lower, a little bit this way so you can see the other edge. So now that looks pretty good. I'm going to copy and paste this, put this right beside. You can adjust it with the arrow keys like I am. And I'm just going to select these, copy and paste. So we're going to decide how many notes we want to have. Let's see, maybe we can have maybe 5. So if you look here on code, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white keys and a few black keys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black keys. So we can just do it like that. So we can have the low C to this higher one. So we have 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be half of all the keys. And if you hold shift, it will move much faster. So now we've got those aligned, I'm just going to select them all, make them all a lot smaller, and copy and paste. And this way you make sure that they're all the same size, because you've copied them all from the same thing. So now we have all of them. I'm just going to select them all and group them. Now you can adjust them all, and no matter how much bigger you make them, how much smaller you make them, all your keys will be uniform and the same size. And you can even increase the border if you want between your keys. And yeah, that's how you make piano keys. And you can make them also a bit shorter, and you can add like a background of like wood or something. And we can like do that here by making a nice rectangular backdrop, put it in the back, and make it like a brownish color. Let me make this brightness, increase saturation. We can put this into an orangish color and make it brown so that it's brown. If you like that, you can keep it, but I personally don't really like it. So now what I'm going to do is actually, you need to ungroup this because I just grouped it to move it around. And we're going to duplicate this. So I'm going to call this, we can call it, for example, C for key C, and duplicate it. D. So if you don't know piano, the piano keys go in order, in alphabetical order, up to G, and then they go back to A. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's just pretty much how it goes, and it just keeps on going higher and higher and higher. So we're going to duplicate this to C, D, E, duplicate to F, and duplicate to G, and duplicate to A, and we can duplicate to B. So how many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's one more. We're going all the way back to C. So it's C2. So now what I'm going to do is make sure they're all at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It's a little bit difficult because it's very repetitive, but we just have to make sure that they're all in the right spot. Since when you're duplicating, they do tend to move around. 0, 0. All I'm doing is I'm clicking on the next right and selecting the X and the Y and just making them 0, 0. So now that we're done all of that, this is C, that's the first one. I'm going to select the rest of the keys here, and I'm going to delete them. So it's just C. And here I'm going to delete all the other keys except for the second one. Here I'm going to delete all of the keys except for the third one. Here I'm going to delete all of the keys except for the fourth one. All of them except for the fifth one. So we have 4 gone, 3 from this side, and then 5 gone, 2 from this side. Let's see if we've done this right. And 6 gone, 1 from this side, and finally all of them except for the last one. So now we've got seemingly perfect, except they're all different keys. And finally, we do have to make the black keys, but what if we first deal with coding these white ones, and we will go with the black one later. And of course, we can just delete our cat. So now what we can start doing is start making a when this key clicked. So we're going to pull out a when green flag clicked and forever. What we can do is have 2 different options, 2 ifs, and we're going to go into sensing. If touching mouse pointer, we can make it get a little bit darker, and if touching mouse pointer and mouse down, you make it play the note and go a bit more dark, so it looks like you're actually pressing it. So let's see how we can do that. First thing we have to do is have a AND block here, so that if we're touching the mouse and the mouse is down, that means we're clicking on it. Then we are forever checking for that, so it's going to be very smooth, so we can hold on it quite easily. Then we're going to play the note. If we're touching the mouse pointer, we're going to go into looks. First thing we want to do is when the green flag is clicked, we want to clear graphic effects, and we want to change our brightness by, let's say, negative 10. If we're touching the mouse pointer, and change our brightness by, let's say, negative 25 if the mouse is down. And then just want to clear graphic effects otherwise. Let's see if this works. When the mouse is on it, does it reduce brightness? And when it's clicked, not exactly, because it's always clearing graphic effects. So let's pull this out and see if it works. Yep, but it gets very dark very quickly. So we need to figure out how to do it otherwise. And if you remember in the other project what we did, let me just clear everything for now. If operators not sensing key any pressed, or not touching mouse pointer, or or touching mouse pointer and mouse down. We need to move this out of the way. And remember, the other time we used the key any pressed sensory one. So here we need to have two things. So we have or, if we're not touching the mouse pointer, or we're not touching the mouse pointer and the mouse is down, which means if we're not being clicked on and the mouse isn't touching us, then we have to clear graphic effects. So just to go over this one more time, if we are not being clicked on, remember clicking on means you're touching the mouse and the mouse is down. That means you're being clicked on. So if you're not being clicked on or you're not touching the mouse, then clear graphic effects. We want you to be bright white. But if you're touching the mouse, the other mistake we made is we did a change brightness effect by -10, which just continues changing it until it's dark while your mouse is on it. So instead, we need a set brightness, which sets the brightness to a specific number. So let's just do this here. Set brightness, and here we went for a -10, here we went for a -25, and we can change these numbers. So if our mouse is over it, then it turns gray. If we click it, it goes dark. So that's wonderful. What I'm going to do is put this code into D, and the easiest way to do it is just Control-C or Command-C if you're on a Mac. I'm just going to paste it here. It's already there. And it goes to your mouse, so make sure your mouse is here so that when it comes to your mouse, you are prepared for it. So put your mouse here, paste, and click. Put your mouse here, paste, and click. Mouse here, paste, and click. So make sure your mouse is here and not here so that doesn't get weird on you. So I'm just going to delete this block. So now any of them we hover over, they turn gray, and any of them we click on, they do get significantly darker. So that's all we're going to be doing in this episode. In the next episode, we'll start putting the black keys in and coding them to play music. And then after that, we're going to be coding the actual keys that you press to get them to play. Thank you for watching. We have lots of other videos and many more are coming. Please share this video with your friends and family and let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'll see you in the next part.